Hello student, welcome to my class of computer science for class 11th. Today student, we are going to understand mobile system organization and fundamental of computer part, in which the first thing, mobile devices and its working. So first of all, we have to understand a mobile phone is essentially two-way radio communication device which consists of radio transmit and a radio receiver. As you can see in this particular figure student, here is considered as a block diagram. A mobile send the signal with the help of this particular tower, and then second tower will receive the particular signal again, and it transmit the signal to the local wireless access point, and then after that this particular local wireless access point will send the signal to the next one tower, and it finally send the signal to destination mobile phone or number. Okay, so now we are going to understand how many components are there. So mobile phone has 7 components student, so which are as following. The first one part, that is a circuit board, or we can say that a brain of the phone. Second one thing, an antenna. Third one thing, a liquid crystal display, that is also known as LCD. Fourth one, a keyboard, or we can say that a touch screen also, because in older phone the keyboard or keypad was come, and nowadays touch screen is in a fashion, so that's why any one of maybe in the component number 4. Fifth one thing, microphone. Then sixth, a speaker, and seventh, finally a battery. So here different type of touch screen we are discuss here. There are 4 type of screen that is given here, that is TFT, IPS, resistive and capacitive screen, and OLED. TFT, that is also known as thin film transistor. So thin film transistor LCD display is actually used for better image quality, and it is high resolution capacity. Since they are cheap and manufacturing, they are found budget phone usually. Okay, this is first category of display. Second display, that is IPS, in phase switching. Actually this LCD are somewhat advanced version of TFT LCD, we can say, in a way that it offered the improved display and more battery friendly. Hence they are found in high-end phones, or we can say that expensive phones. So student, make sure that underline this one particular line. It actually battery friendly, it meant to say it consume less amount of battery unit. Third one, display, resistive and capacitive. So there are generally 2 type of touch screen LCD display, resistive and capacitive. Resistive touch screen has 2 layer of conductive material with a small gap between them, while capacitive touch screen consists a layer of glass that is coated with the transparent conductor. Capacitive screen have tendency to more and responsive than resistive screen, and are therefore found in high phone mostly. At last, the fourth one screen, that is OLED, that is organic light emitting diode. Sometimes this full form is asked by the question paper also, so that's why remember this full form, organic light emitting diode. Actually it is a newer technology as compared to other 3 technology that we have just discussed now. It is used in mobile phones and monitors for display. They actually better than LCD because they offer the faster response time, wider viewing angle area, and higher brightness. Okay, that is almond active matrix organic light emitting diode and super almond display are type of the OLED display. So underline this one, student. AMOLED and Super AMOLED display are the type of OLED display. So OLED display include passive matrix OLED, attributed matrix LED, and transparent OLED. So now we are going to discuss the smartphone battery and their types. So actually, student, as you know, the battery plays the important role in a smartphone, because smartphone are power hunger device, we can say that. So the requirement of power is fulfilled by the battery. So here few types of battery is given here, student. First one thing, lithium polymer battery, then lithium ion battery, then nickel cadmium, then nickel metal hydride battery. So we are going to discuss now lithium polymer batteries. Actually, these are important advanced batteries available in market in right now. Definitely they are made of plastic instead of metal, which makes them usable on the smartphone of any phone. The lithium polymer battery do not suffer from memory effect than 40% more battery than human, I am to say, battery in others. Lithium ion battery, actually these are advanced battery. In nowadays most of the batteries are running on this category only for a high charge capacity, because we want to charge the mobile phone. So if we want to charge that rapidly, that time lithium ion battery is required for that. However, these batteries are slightly expensive. These lithium ion battery will not remember the charge cycle, and as a result of battery capacity will not reduced. So whatever the charging point you have skipped, after that it will charge from the same point that says lithium ion battery. While lithium polymer battery, it should be charged 100%, otherwise it will be again start from beginning, I am to say 0%. That means to say battery charge memory. Next one thing, nickel cadmium. Nickel cadmium actually also one of the type of battery. These are cells that suffer from the memory effect, and memory effect will result in a reducing the capacity of battery and lifespan as well. The next one, nickel metal hydride battery. Actually these are a kind of upgrade of nickel cadmium batteries, and they boast, we can say that, boast of the same type as the latter. Nickel metal hydride battery offer 30 to 40% more battery, okay, juice than the others. Now we are talking about the battery size. It depends upon its AMH. I am to say battery size actually measures in a AMH, like 2000 AMH, 4000 AMH, etc. And now student, we are going to understand how the mobile system works, or how many components are integrated to each other. So here you can see, first of all we are going to discuss about power management. As you can see this particular dialog, MCA box is there, block diagram. So here is battery pack, battery management, chargers. It will connect to this particular unit, okay. This unit actually communication and process digital signal processor, and application process unit, that means to say application you have in your mobile, it will process it. And GPU, that is graphical processing unit, that is graphics in your mobile, it processed by this particular memory area. It means to say CPU of the particular memory mobile, we can say that. It control the camera unit also, it control the display subsystem also, like touch surface, keyboard, display screen, and it actually connected by the camera unit also when you are starting your launching your camera application. And CPU also connected with the storage unit also, that is external storage like memory card or internal storage of the memory, okay. and its internal memory storage like RAM and ROM. Okay, and finally this particular processor is also connected with your what thing, SIM card also, SIM card hodge also, I have to say component also, that definitely receive the radio signal and management. Now student, function of different component of a mobile device. So student, here we are going to understand the same thing what we have discussed here, okay, but briefly. So here RF receiver, actually it receive and send the radio signal, that's why it is radio frequency receiver, okay, from the mobile device with the mobile network or tower, we can say that. SIM chip is there. Subscriber identity module is a integrated circuit that stores some international mobile subscriber identity. So student, the full form of SIM is subscriber identity module. Actually it is a integrated circuit. Integrated means we can say that circuit in a miniature form. Lot of circuit are made up of in a particular small thing, that is integrated circuit. It is also known as sometime IC, that is store the international mobile subscriber identity, that is IMSI number and related key, actually which are used to identify and authenticate a subscriber on mobile telephony services. It also possible to store the contact information or your many SIM card. Okay, now battery pack. Battery are the miracle of the chemical engineering. Definitely it holding the huge amount of energy to keep in a mobile device running for the hours. Battery management, an electronic system that manage a rechargeable battery cell or battery pack, such as the protecting the battery from the operating outside safe operating area, that is clarification needed. Okay, monitoring its status, calculating secondary data and the responding the data. It means to say student, battery management is need very important in a mobile phone. Suppose that if I am going to charge my mobile phone, okay, if there is no battery management system in my mobile will be definitely will damage by to the explosive material of the battery system. So that's why there is a battery management system that will work as a memory unit also, that will say 100% is charged, now charging will be cut off, or when it will be battery level be down, it will inform to the mobile owner that is battery level is going to down, please charge it soon, otherwise it will be shut down automatically without losing the computer, I have to say mobile's memory, or without crashing that particular mobile memory operating system. Now functions of different component of device, in that a battery charger, or we can say that a charger, as you seen what is charger, it is electronic device, okay, that is put to energy into a secondary cell or rechargeable battery by forcing the electronic current through it. I mean to say a charger, you have seen a 2-pin adapter is there which converts the that is AC to DC, that is alternate current to direct current. It means to say variation of current is filtered by this particular adapter and give you a straight line of current, that is DC, to charge your mobile phone or battery. Now touch interface, either you can say that keyboard based, user have press a key command to mobile phone device, or touch screen based, where use touch screen is given command. So touch interface can have two types student, it can have keyboard, or we can say that keypad, that is like 1 to 3 keypad, older mobile phone containing that, or touch screen, nowadays mobile phone which are using a screen that about that. Communication process. So communication processor, actually it is used to create the interface between the radio signal management and APU and CPU, okay, application programming unit and graphical processing unit, we can say that. So here P stand for processing, so application processing unit and graphical processing unit. So here APU, it is also a microprocessor student, that application based data. Actually it work on the basis of application like WhatsApp, Messenger, etc, etc. GPU, a microprocessor, it is also a microprocessor. Graphical data, how to display, okay, so it will control how your display will show the information. Suppose that if you are playing at the game, so it will control all our graphical responsibility. Now codec, actually it is short form of coder and decoder. It is a device used to encode an audio or video data, okay. It converts the audio and video data in a digital form or in a form of listening and I'm to say a visual content. ADC and ADC, I mean say ADC and DAC. So ADC, analog to digital converter, and digital to analog converter. So this is under codec. As I teach you, it will convert the electronic signal, okay, I'm to say voice signal to digital signal and vice versa, and visual content to electronic signal and vice versa. So there are two component of codec, that is ADC and DAC. ADC, it converts analog to digital converter, and DAC, digital to analog converter. Now here phone memory, okay, it include definitely RAM and ROM. So as you know, RAM is random access memory. It is equals to the memory or the memory bar of the computer. So okay, it meant to say RAM, while ROM is the device internal storage equivalent to the hard disk of the computer. The bigger the RAM, the more software phone will run smoothly, while in the bigger ROM, the more platform data can be stored. Camera unit, different component to take the pictures like lens, image, signal, processor, etc. External storage, in some cases most Android phone, or we can say that Windows operating system phones, support external micro SD card also to further expand the storage availability by default. So student, as you know the lot of thing about the mobile phone. I hope you have enjoyed this particular video session. Till then, thank you student, and have a nice day.